One of NASCAR's most sought-after talents in the garage puts pen to paper. We know where Rodney Childers is signing for 2025, plus Joseph Newgarden, the Indianapolis 500 winner, gets honored by his hometown. We ask the Penske driver, what's it going to take for him to run the double?
This is incredible. I did not know about this.
Welcome into the Breaking Balls channel. It is Bob here. Yes, that's right. I said we've got the Indy 500 winner on the podcast channel this week. Not a big deal. But if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video. We're always talking racing on a daily basis. Before we get into the Joseph Newgarden interview, we do have some breaking news out of NASCAR. Like I said, one of the most sought-after guys in the garage, Rodney Childers. He's been a big free agent, wondering where he's going. Every team is knocking on his door. Rodney Childers has found a home for 2025 at Spire Motorsports. That's right. Rodney Childers is going to be the crew chief of Corey Lajoie and the number 7 Camaro next year at Spire. Rodney Childers with an illustrious career with 1 year Josh Berry this year, but obviously his longtime career with Kevin Harvick. 40 wins, 34 poles, over 175 top fives in Rodney Childers' career resume in the NASCAR Cup Series. Like I said, sought after, one of the most highly touted free agents in the Cup Series garage. He splits from Josh Berry, who signed for the Wood Brothers last week. He'll be driving the 21 car next year. And Josh Berry and Rodney Childers had talked about being a package deal this free agency season. But that is not to be. Rodney Childers is going on his merry way. This is obviously a team in Spire that is no stranger to investing money with the Gainbridge financial takeover. They've bought a charter. They've put a lot of money in buying Kyle Busch's truck team, and now putting someone like Rodney Childers, who is huge on the competitive side, on the technical side. He can potentially bring someone like a Josh Berry, who's 21st in points already in his rookie year, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s in his last 8 races. He'll be going on to a side where Corey Lajoie, who is in his 3rd year in Spire, is struggling. 31st in the Cup Series points, outside of a 4th place finish in the season opener at the Daytona 500. 1 top 15 finish in the Cup Series for Corey Lajoie this season. 31st in points, like I said, 55 points behind rookie teammate Carson Hocevar, who is in contention for Rookie of the Year. But again, in your 3rd year, when you're a multi-year veteran and a leader of this team, supposedly at Spire, Corey Lajoie getting outrun by Hocevar, that is very, very tough. And bringing in someone like Rodney Childers, this is almost a do-or-die moment for Corey Lajoie. Having someone in his ear like Rodney Childers, invaluable. So we'll see what that looks like moving forward. It's definitely a big domino in the NASCAR free agency with Stewart-Haas shutting their doors. A lot of guys looking for jobs. Sounds like Noah Gragson might be filling his seat for next year tomorrow. We'll have more videos on that. Stay tuned to the podcast. Like I said in the intro, Joseph Newgarden, the Indy 500 back-to-back winner, was honored by his hometown of Hendersonville, Tennessee today. Newgarden, who obviously with that dramatic final lap pass on Pato Award to clinch his 2nd straight Indy 500 winner, a 2-time series champ, was reading his new book, Joseph's Big Win, a children's book to local children in the area. That book comes out in a few weeks, but Newgarden was meeting with fans and then spoke to a couple of us here at the media. Breaking Balls got a exclusive interview with Joseph Newgarden. That's right, we have the Indy 500 winner, Joseph Newgarden, talking about the Indianapolis double, what it might take to do that, as well as what the next few weeks in the IndyCar season with a lot of ovals. One of the king of ovals is looking forward to turning his season around. Plus, he also shares a hometown with Josh Berry. This is one of the few motorsports cities in America that has a NASCAR Cup Series and IndyCar Series full-time regular. So without further ado, here's your exclusive interview from Breaking Balls with Joseph Newgarden.
This is incredible. I did not know about this. When he pulled that off, I thought that was very cool. I hope that gets approved. I don't even know if we're going to put that up, but if we're not going to get it approved, then who do we got to call and get that somewhere? This is by far the coolest thing I've ever had happen. So yeah, thanks again to everybody in Hendersonville, Mayor Clary. It's great to come back here. You know, I live in Tennessee. We're just down the road in Nashville, but I love my roots here in Hendersonville and all the support.
Obviously, Hendersonville, you've got a NASCAR Cup Series full-time regular with you now in IndyCar. It's one of the only cities in America where you've got 2 guys like that. First of all, is it just kind of surreal as a kid that grew up here, you've driven by this church? This is a motorsports capital now, it feels like. I mean,
it's amazing the individuals that have come out of Hendersonville, you know, just people that you wouldn't expect. But I think there's a lot of hidden talent, you know, everywhere in the world, and certainly Hendersonville has their fair share. And I think that will continue. You know, I think about the kids that were my age 20 years ago that have a dream to do something. It doesn't have to be racing. It could be anything. They could, someone could find some cure for, a terrible disease in the world, which would be an amazing thing to come out of Hendersonville. So I think about anything that's possible for our next generation to create. And, there's wonderful programs here, just being here today with Mayor Clary and learning about the S'mores program and keeping kids up to date and excited about reading. That's what you need with the youth. If they're going to create solutions for the future, reading's a big part of that. So yeah, it's great to come back here, and racing, like you said, is a huge part of this town. And I hope we get more representatives in the future.
And as far as IndyCar goes, obviously we're ending the season in NASCAR or in Nashville this year. We're not doing the Music City Grand Prix. We're going to be at the Oval.
Yeah.
You're an Oval guy. We've got a lot of ovals coming up on IndyCar. What does the season look like for you finishing out here?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. We were excited about running on Broadway to end the year. I still think that's possible in the future. With the Titan Stadium construction, it was going to be a really tall order this year in 2024. So we'll see how that progresses in the future. But running at the super speedway is somewhere I've always wanted to race. So I say bittersweet because we're losing one event that we were excited about, but I think we're gaining an equally great event. And I actually think in a lot of ways the Oval will race better for the season finale. So the fans are going to win out on that. And for me personally, I've always wanted an opportunity to race at that track, love ovals. So yeah, it'll be fun to end the year there.
Yeah, I know you've kind of teased it with the double. Have you talked to the captain at all still? Is that still on the table?
Great question. Yeah, I'm trying. I would love to do the double one day. I mean, how could you not? I think there's a lot of drivers, if you ask them, they want to do that. I don't know if that opportunity is going to present itself in the future. I hope it does. I'm pushing. I'm kind of in the mindset now. If we just keep winning the Indy 500, I think at some point they have to allow it to happen. So I don't know what that number is. Do we need to win 3? Do we need to win 4? Do we need to win 5? Let's just keep winning them, and then maybe they'll let us do the double. There's a desire to see more motorsport. And I think for us in IndyCar, we're positioned really well to have high growth. I mean, in any of the major motorsport platforms, I think IndyCar has the most growth in front of it. And so to be a part of the series, I think it's the best racing on the planet. I think the product speaks for itself. If you like motorsport, you should come to an IndyCar race. You should watch the Indy 500. I think if you watch it, you'll be hooked. I know I was when I was a kid. So it's really about exposure.
And again, if you liked what you saw today between the Joseph Newgarden interview and the Rodney Childers news, go ahead and subscribe to Breaking Balls. We cover motorsports on a weekly basis here, Adam and I. Stay tuned for more, folks.